started meditating since I was 13, and I have studied with great meditation masters over the years. And I've also found that in order to get to that space, to that stillness of mind, to that peaceful heart, to the joy, it takes a long time, you know. And it's and so what I've observed is that nowadays, you know, we are so distracted. There's so much out there that's, you know, that's attracting our attention, and we don't have the luxury or the privilege to be able to go and find a quiet cave somewhere to be able to meditate and to get to that theta state. And so what we have now with Theta is we have the process whereby we train our brains, we hardwire our brains to go into that theta state. And once we have hardwired our brain, we can go to theta at will, which means that whenever we are faced with an issue, we are faced with anger, we're faced with feeling depressed, or whatever it is that our emotions are dictating in the moment, through theta we can actually take ourselves into that state at will. And then in that state we can actually then go and access our subconscious mind that runs about 95% of our responses to life, and start recreating a new way of being. We can then go to our subconscious level, and then we can start downloading the subconscious level with, for example, if we're depressed and we don't know how to get out of that state, we can access our subconscious mind and we can download, you know, programs like, I know what joy feels like, I know how to live my life without depression, I know how to be happy, I know how to have fun. And when you reinforce that, then your thinking pattern changes. Then your thinking pattern can then kind of like, you know, steer itself towards thinking of happy things, like thinking of the happy activities that has happened in your life. And in doing that, you are actually also creating a new way of feeling. In that theta state, we can also introduce ourselves with new feelings, so we can virtually connect to the universe, because when you're in theta, you're also connected to the waveform of the universe, because everything out there exists as a waveform. And when we look at ourselves and we look at each other on this physical level, we're actually looking at what we call the particle manifestation of energy. And so when we are in that theta state, we are accessing the waveform of everything. And so if we want to feel better, we can access the waveform, the vibration of a happy feeling. And that is what I find so magical about practicing theta, is that we are in charge of our lives. We are in charge of the way we think. We are in charge of the way we feel. So we're no longer victims of circumstances, victims of our past, victims of whatever. We are masters of our own reality, and we can create, we can delete, we can change, we can do whatever we choose through the theta state.